Hi everyone. In this session we will be discussing oogenesis. Oogenesis is the genesis of female gametes, and the female gametes are specialized reproductive cells or sex cells. So what is oogenesis? Oogenesis is the sequence of events by which oogonia differentiate into mature oocytes. Now these oogonia are a form of cells which will be converted into another form of cell. For that it has to pass through different changes, and all these changes together is called oogenesis. Where does it occur? The ovary is divided into an inner medulla and outer cortex. So all the changes from oogonia to secondary oocyte, the changes, all these changes are occurring in the cortex. Now when does it occur? This oogenesis starts even before the birth of a female baby. It remains dormant till puberty, that is attainment of menarche. And after puberty, after attaining the menarche or the starting of menstrual cycle, it resumes, and then it ends at menopause. Menopause is a cessation of menstrual cycles. So oogenesis starts even before birth. Now oogenesis consists of two separate events occurring simultaneously. One event is occurring within the changes are occurring within the oocyte itself, that oocyte maturation are occurring outside the oocyte, the surrounding cells, stromal cells, and that is called follicular maturation. So these two changes together is actually the oogenesis, the process of oogenesis. Now, as I said, it starts before birth. The oogonia, it starts from oogonia. But this oogonia comes from where? Oogonia derived from primordial germ cells. Now, from where the primordial germ cells come? The primordial germ cells derive from epiblast layer of bilaminar embryonic disc. The bilaminar embryonic disc is formed in the second week of development. It will be consisting of upper epiblast layer and lower hypoblast layer. So the primordial germ cells derive from this epiblast layer, and these cells, the cells which are destined to form the gametes, will get separated and migrate to the yolk sac wall through the primitive streak by third week. The primitive streak is formed in the third week. So it migrates through the primitive streak and reaches the dorsal yolk sac wall. From the dorsal yolk sac wall, this is the gut tube. It migrates through the dorsal mesentery and reaches the intermediate mesoderm. Intermediate mesoderm is part of the intraembryonic mesoderm. As you know, the intraembryonic mesoderm is divided into three parts: the paraxial, intermediate, and lateral plate mesoderm. So it migrates towards the dorsal body wall where the developing gonads are formed. So this happens in the 5th week of development. Now this primordial germ cells, after reaching the developing gonads, will be converted into oogonia. So by 7th month, all the oogonia are transformed into primary oocyte. Now this primary oocyte form, it will start with first meiotic division, and this primary oocytes will be surrounded by a single layer of flattened follicular cells. These follicular cells derive from the surrounding stroma or the connective tissue of the ovary. In this stage, it is called primordial follicle. It is called primordial follicles. Now, this primary oocyte, which starts with first meiotic division, but it does not get completed because of the action of oocyte maturation inhibitor. This oocyte maturation inhibitor causes the arrest of first meiotic division in the diplotin stage of prophase. And this oocyte maturation inhibitor factor is secreted by the follicular cells, surrounding follicular cells. After puberty, now it's arrested in the first meiotic division diplotin stage. It remains in that arrested stage till puberty, and after puberty, from that pool, the total pool of primary oocytes which are surrounded by the follicular cells, that means in the primordial follicular stage, 15 to 20 primordial follicles start maturing under the influence of follicular stimulating hormone from the anterior pituitary in each ovary. These cells, the follicular cells, will change into cuboidal. The follicular cells will become cuboidal. Flattened cells become cuboidal. In this stage, it is called primary follicle. This cuboidal cell starts secreting glycoprotein. This follicular cells will start secreting glycoprotein, and that glycoprotein will form a layer around the primary follicle that is called zona pellucida. This is called zona pellucida around the primary oocyte. Now this follicular cells will start proliferating. Instead of single layer, we get multiple layer or stratified layer surrounding the primary oocyte. In this stage, it is called secondary follicle. It is called secondary follicle when the follicular cells become stratified layer. The outer stromal cells again start differentiating, and the inner layer becomes glandular or cellular. This is called theca interna. The outer layer remains fibrous, and that is called theca externa. So theca interna and theca externa. Now in between the follicular cells, the follicular fluid start accumulating, and that is between the follicular cells, and in this stage it is called antral or vesicular follicle. Antral or vesicular follicle. Now this follicle, the fluid collections will join together, form a single cavity. So the fluid will coalesce to form a single cavity, and that cavity is called antrum. Now because of the formation of antrum, the follicular cells will be divided into two groups, one at the periphery of the fluid and one group surrounding the primary oocyte. The cells which are surrounding the antrum, they are called membrana granulosa. The follicular cells which are surrounding the primary oocyte, they are called cumulus ovaricus or cumulus oophorus. In this stage, it is called tertiary follicle or Graafian follicle. Tertiary or Graafian follicle. As soon as the Graafian follicle is formed, the first primary oocyte will complete the first meiotic division. That correlates with the time of ovulation. So just before ovulation, the primary oocyte completes the first meiotic division. And as a result of completion of first meiotic division, there will be a formation of secondary oocyte and a polar body. This polar body will be extruded into the perivitelline space. So what is perivitelline space? Perivitelline space is the space between the zona pellucida and the membrane of the ovary, membrane of the oocyte. So this is the space, perivitelline space. Now what happens? The first meiotic division is completed. As a result, we got a secondary oocyte and first polar body. First polar body, as I said, it will be extruded into the perivitelline space. The first meiotic division is a reduction division. Why we call it as a reduction division? Because the chromosome number gets halved from 46 to 23. That is from diploid stage to haploid stage. So this kind of meiotic division is only seen in gametes, not in any other somal cells, body cells. It also results in unequal division of cytoplasm, unequal division, so that we get the secondary oocyte with most of the cytoplasm and the polar body with scanty cytoplasm. So first meiotic division is a reduction division, as well as it causes unequal division of cytoplasm. Now oogenesis, as I said, the first meiotic division gets completed just before ovulation. Now ovulation is the process by which there is release of secondary oocyte from the ovary. Now this release occurs under the influence of luteinizing hormone. There will be as a result of LH surge, increase in LH level, there will be a point of weakness at the surface of on the surface of the ovary, and this point of weakness is called stigma. The point where it ruptures, and at the same time the Graafian follicle also will rupture and release the secondary oocyte from the follicle and from the ovary, and this will be captured by the fimbrial end of the fallopian tube, and it will be carried to the oocyte will be carried to the ampulla of the fallopian tube, where the fertilization occurs. So it is released into the peritoneal cavity, and from there the fimbriae of the fallopian tube will capture it and transport it to the ampulla where the fertilization occurs. Now the secondary oocyte is formed, and the first polar body both will start second meiotic division. The secondary oocyte as well as the first polar body start with second meiotic division. The second meiotic division gets completed if fertilization occurs. The mature ovum is formed and a second polar body also formed as a result. At the same time, the first polar body also will be undergoing second meiotic division that results in two polar body formation. If fertilization is not occurring, the secondary oocyte will get degenerated. Now at the end of oogenesis, from one primary oocyte we are getting three polar bodies and one mature ovum. So that is the result of oogenesis. 4 daughter cells are formed, but out of that only one mature ovum is formed. Other 3 daughter cells are polar bodies. Now the clinical application or the clinical correlation is we can induce oocyte maturation. For that we need to give some inducing agents. That is, one agent is clomiphene citrate. As a result of giving inducing agents, we can stimulate maturation of more than one oocyte from each ovary. Now the primordial follicle sometimes can be seen with two oocytes inside. Sometimes we can get primary oocyte with 2 or 3 nuclei, but these cells will get degenerated before attaining maturity. Now this is the final chart of the oogenesis. Here we can see one side the oocyte maturation, the other side follicular maturation. So these two events are occurring simultaneously, that you have to remember. Now this is the mind map of oogenesis. Mind map is used for revision. This you can prepare and keep it. All the details of oogenesis in a single page. So what is oogenesis? You need to write here. That is sequence of events by which the oogonia are differentiated into mature oocyte. Where does it occur? From oogonia to secondary oocyte, the changes are occurring in the cortex of the ovary. When does it occur? It starts before birth. As soon as it forms primary oocyte, it gets arrested till puberty. After puberty, with the attainment of menarche, it starts maturing. Not all the primary oocytes start maturing. 15 to 20 will start maturing. The others remain in the arrested stage till it gets a turn. It gets its turn. And it continues till menopause. Now this side, it is oocyte maturation. As I said, the oogonia derived from primordial germ cells, which will give rise to oogonia. This is mitotic division. This oogonia will be converted into primary oocyte. By 7th month, all oogonia will be converted into primary oocyte. This is again a mitotic division. The primary oocyte will undergo first meiotic division. This will get arrested in the diplotin stage. It completes just before ovulation. And as a result of first meiotic division, we are getting a secondary oocyte and a polar body. The secondary oocyte will undergo second meiotic division. It gets completed if fertilized. So there is condition attached to first and second meiotic division. This condition is fulfilled, it will complete the division. So as a result of second meiotic division, we are getting one mature oocyte and a polar body. This polar body also simultaneously undergoing second meiotic division. So we are getting 2 here and 1 polar, total 3 polar body. And this side, it is follicular maturation. Initially there is primordial follicle, then we are getting here the cells are flattened cells. Here the cells are cuboidal in nature. This is called primary follicle. Primary follicle, the zona pellucidis form. The cells become multiple layer or stratified layer. Then we call it as secondary follicle. And there will be fluid formation in collection between the follicular cells. Then we call it as antral or vesicular stage. And finally we are getting the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle, here you are getting an antrum surrounded by membrana granulosa, and one side of the cell we are getting the primary oocyte surrounded by the cumulus oviricus, and then the surrounding theca interna and theca externa. So this is the structure of mature Graafian follicle. So this is the mind map of oogenesis. Prepare one yourself and keep it for ready reference. Thank you all.